Largely, there are 4 areas of business that I can think of. Legitimate business. If you take away this money laundering or lottery and scams and cheating and stealing, that's not business. Business is investing in a business that has moving parts, where you get the factors of production together: land, capital, labor, and you, the entrepreneur, are the last person to get paid. You put these factors together, they work for you. You start a small business, whatever business it is, you start it, and then you pay off everybody. And if you've got a profit at the end of the day, then that's what you pay yourself, and that profit comes to you. Of those 4 factors of production, you put them together, and then the entrepreneur, you, the business person, you're the last person paid. So that is the highest, most profitable area of business most of the time, especially when you are a small business enterprise. The next area would be investing in stocks, in markets, where you invest money in companies that have got a proven track record of giving a reasonable return. They have good corporate governance, they've got sustainability, they've got a realistic projection. Who does that testing for you? The authorities. They are regulators that regulate them, and there are checks and balances for these people that are quite strict, so it's a reasonably safe investment. Most of the time, you don't get as high a return as in your own business. In your small business, which I call tier 1, you can make 30% per annum. You can make 60% per annum as a return on investment. You can make 150%, 2,000% easily in your small business per annum. In the next level of business, you get between 5% most of the time to 15%. When they do well, you get 25 to 30%. It's hard to sustain that anyway in the stock level. The next area of business would be in property. You can invest in land, in buildings, in apartments, in rental kiosks, whatever you set up, and that gives you a steady income. It's lower risk, but you know you can manage it. Returns in that range between 5, again, they top at 15 at best. In the past, we could get 20, 30% in Uganda. Those days are gone. Then the last area of investment is in ICT. Now, this is an area where not many Ugandans have invested, but it's a fast-growing area, and the returns can be excellent. People who invested in the ICT sector, information and communication and technology, have done extremely well. From the extreme end of people like Zuckerberg and their Facebook and iPhones and telecoms and MTN, in that space, many millionaires globally have been created. Today in China, most of the millionaires are created in that space. In most of Asia, not that many in Africa, outside South Africa. So there's room for growth because we are 1 billion Africans. And if you come up with something smart in ICT, and now people are just beginning, we're at the bottom of the pyramid, just beginning to work our way up. So there is room for growth in that area. But you've got to do your research. You've got to be in the loop. You've got to know what you're dealing with. That's where, these are the areas of business. So I ask you, what do you want to invest in? What area are you comfortable? Some people say agriculture. Agriculture is really hard. The rates are very low return, very satisfying. It's therapeutic. You can feel good when you see your plants grow. You look at your cows, your goats, but the returns are not that easy to get. You can't make a lot of profit, even when you scale. So I warn you how you classify these businesses. Choose an area that you are passionate about, because you've got to put in the long hours, you've got to work really hard. Choose an area that you can mobilize enough resources for. I've talked to people who want $100 to start a business. A small business, only $100. And they're ready to pay 5% interest per month, which is about 60% compounded in a year. Why? Because they want a charcoal, sigiri, a stove, a simple stove. They want charcoal, they want the stove, they want a few packets of flour to make chapati, they want cooking oil, the simple ingredients, and that's the small business. And all they do is make chapati, not even Rolex, but chapati. And they sell the chapatis. Now, the total working capital for this person is only $100. And every day they sell chapatis worth 30 or 40,000 shillings because they invest 10,000 shillings in flour and they make 30,000 shillings. That is more than 200% profit. And their trading cycle is every day. So you make 200% today, 200% tomorrow, 150% the day after. In 30 days, you've made over 1,000% from that $100. So paying whoever's lent you the $100, $5 is nothing at all. It's a pleasure to get that kind of opportunity. But when you're borrowing $1 million and you're paying 5% per month, then you are stuck. You'll never do that. So you've got to see what level you are playing at, and that's what makes a difference. But at the end of the day, it depends on your individual circumstances, the amount of capital you have, what you're passionate about, what opportunities you see, what you're able to do in the long term. Maybe you cannot do it in the long term, but this is a stepping stone. So you make all these plans, bounce these ideas off some people, do more research, because the secret for any success is in hard work, research, focus. You've got to do those things.